Creating a database in MySQL is very simple. The syntax is like this. Create database, and then you simply use the database name. As always, we end the line with a semicolon. The response from MySQL is that query OK, which means our query was executed without any errors, and one row was affected. When they say one row affected, that simply means that the database has been created. If we use our show databases command to list all the databases that we've created within MySQL, we can see that fruit has been added to the list. It's third from the top. We can then use our use command to take a look at the fruit database. If we have a try to show the tables from fruit, we get the message empty set because we haven't created any tables yet. We're going to take a look at creating tables in our next movie. Before we do that though, let's take a look at possibly the only complication that could arise when creating a database. And that is, if we try to execute the same command again, create database fruit, we get an error. Error number 1007, which is, the problem is that the database already exists. So there's an extra little piece of syntax we can use. Create database if exists, I beg your pardon, if not exists, fruit. And that query, when we enter it, does not produce an error message, and therefore MySQL says the query is okay. But if we look closely at the line, we'll see that 0 rows were affected. And what that means is our query, although it didn't produce an error message, did precisely nothing. As you can see, the create database if not exists fruit doesn't really sound like normal speech, but without any special programming knowledge, we can look at a line of SQL like that and work out roughly what it means. So SQL is a pretty simple kind of language to learn. In our next movie, we're going to look at creating tables.